Good morning, afternoon, or evening. I'm Chris.
And I'm Jared. Today we're taking a look inside Jersey Village.
From the theater to the field to the halls, we're bringing you the story within our walls.
This year has been tough on all of us, but here at the Village, we all found ways to push through. Here's how the arts programs persevered even with the challenge of COVID.
Without a doubt, this school year has been tough for all of us, whether it's financially, mentally, or even academically. For example, this year, some of the art classes have been affected by COVID in a number of ways, such as losing funds, field trips, and more. All of them have managed to push through these dark times, and here's how they shined.
All 3 non-varsity concert bands received a superior rating at the UIL concert contest this past week.
Getting sweepstakes, all ones from all the judges for our 4 choirs or 4 groups that we took to UIL.
Despite all these challenges this year, we still came together at UIL and we got sweepstakes at UIL, which is excellent. I'm super proud and excited for these kids this year.
This year we had a lot of students participate in art competitions. They had a lot of awards, medals, honorable mentions, a lot of advancements to upper levels of the competition. So that is our greatest accomplishment in the art department this year.
Congratulations to these fine artists for pushing through these dark times and overcoming the obstacles. The Village is proud of you all. This is Christopher Zarko from JVTV News signing off. The arts did an amazing job this year with their outstanding accomplishments. Big congratulations to them. Coming up next is our own game show, Are You Smarter Than a Freshman? Play along at home.
What is the powerhouse of the cell?
The mitochondria?
What is the powerhouse of the cell?
Mitochondria.
The powerhouse of the cell. I have no idea. I'm going to guess the atom.
What do you call an angle that is less than 90 degrees?
Acute angle? Acute.
I know this one. That is an acute angle.
What is the capital of the United States?
Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C.
Capital of the United States is Washington, D.C.
And last but not least, what is dopamine?
Something important that you need to... The who?
What is dopamine?
Something to do with science.
I don't know. It is a drug of some sort?
He is close. It is the chemical that stimulates happiness.
Oh, I've got a lot of dopamine. Yeah.
Yes, you do, Mr. Scott.
Yes.
And that's it for Are You Smarter Than a Freshman?
I think we're smarter than a freshman, right, Chris?
I would hope so, Jared. Sometimes it's hard to adjust to a new school, but it's even harder to play a sport.
That's right. That's why we decided to highlight our hardworking teams who shined this year.
Jersey Village sports this year have all had impressive seasons, making playoff runs and creating history. Jersey Village baseball made playoffs this year for the first time in several years, beating Westside, Fort Bend Travis, and sweeping Katy in the playoffs. Jersey Village soccer went 5 rounds deep into the playoffs, earning titles such as district and regional champions. Falcon soccer made history, and this season is surely one to remember. Jersey Village football also made it to the playoffs, taking down Bel Air before falling short to Ridgepoint. A special thank you to all athletes in class of 2021. And congratulations to all Jersey Village sports teams this year, making a great effort in representing who we are.
Shout out to all this year's sports teams for all the incredible accomplishments they achieved this year. What does your culture do around this time of year? Up next is Around the World with Jared.
Hi, my name is Jared, and this is Around the World with Jared. Ramadan is a Muslim tradition which in this year it lasts from April 12th to May 12th. Prohibitions during Ramadan consist of eating and drinking, which are not allowed between dawn and sunset. Ramadan is a month of sacrifice and prayer. Ramadan is a time of spiritual reflection, self-improvement, and heightened devotion and worship. And that has been Around the World with Jared.
Nice one, Jared. But another thing that happens once a year is Mr. Falcon. All the contestants put up a good fight, but only one could win. Here's Mr. Falcon.
Mr. Falcon is a Jersey Village tradition that involves young men who compete to see who has the most Falcon spirit. This year, due to COVID, the Mr. Falcon competition took place outside on the football field, where all of this year's nominees were put through the different tests to see who has what it takes to be this year's Mr. Falcon. This year's nominees were hardworking and they all put up a good Falcon fight, but there could only be one Mr. Falcon. Congratulations to Omar as this year's winner.
All of this year's contestants held a spectacular performance.
Speaking of a spectacular performance, theater put on their UIL show Treasure Island and it rocked. Here's an inside look with the cast and crew.
The most difficult part of the show was probably creating the different environments. So we went from a tavern to the ocean to an island, and so you can't just set up tiny little sets all across the stage to create those. So how were we going to create those worlds?
The process of putting the show on this year was very different as normal, but after we really got into knowing what we were doing, I think it was good.
But this year, to just be back in this family environment and get something on stage, it was amazing to be a part of again.
Many of us have established a good stage presence together because we've done many productions together. And I think that shows in each production. Because we know each other's acting styles, we can play off each other better.
The most difficult thing to put to stage would be most likely the singing that we had to do and the hums, because not everybody's trained or inclined, so.
This show was not the first we've done, but we haven't done one in a while with dialects. So that took a lot of work on many people's parts as well. Learning the lines, but being able to say them correctly in the accents to really bring the world of the show together.
We had a lot of ocean and weather scenes, so it was kind of difficult to portray those, but it ended up looking amazing.
My favorite part of the play was probably near the end. It's very adventurous and there's a lot of action. I get to shoot some fake guns, so that was really fun to do.
Probably the opening and the ending. I like when we do big theatrical things with the lighting and sounds and stuff like that.
It felt amazing to be back with my friends because it's just such a family. We're so close. So it was amazing to be back there and just get to put on a piece of art that so many people loved.
Theater tackled COVID-19 head-on and managed to put on a wonderful play. The Gold Dusters were in a similar situation and had a dazzling spring show. Here are some highlights from that night.
Recently, the Gold Dusters had their spring show to show off their Falcon moves to their friends and family from all around. The show was a success, showing off the many different talents of the Gold Dusters team with dance styles ranging from contemporary all the way to hip-hop. They can do it all.
Gold Dusters are great in the spotlight, but another group that could use a spotlight are the Custodians and Lunch Ladies. They've worked their hardest to keep the school running this year. Let's take a look at their story.
I came into CFISD 4 years ago. Yeah, so I've just been doing it 4 years.
I have been working for CFISD for 17 years, and here at Jersey Village High School.
I'm working for CFISD for 8 years. I'm working in a lot of schools, like a head custodian. That's why I changed different schools. This is my third school, like a head custodian. I'm working here for 3 years and a half, and I'm very proud about that because this is one of the best high school in the district.
How was my job affected by COVID? Well, actually, it wasn't really affected. We just wear our mask and keep precautions, so we're actually pretty safe. I feel pretty safe with my job.
At work, putting a little square by the door and asking the students to remain in the square as I helped them to make sure we were social distancing.
Okay, for us like custodians, the most difficult part is keep safe the schools, because for us is we have to clean, and after that we have to sanitize the school. And it's not easy for us because we have to wear the mask all the time, and this is not good for everybody because we can breathe good, but we are very committed with the school, with the CIFER. That's why we do every day with all our heart. I feel so proud to be part of CIFER ISD for these 8 years. This is a really good place to work. I like my community. I like my school. I love all these people who make me feel happy every day because this is my second family. Thank you.
How do I feel when it comes to becoming a senior? Well, honestly, I don't really feel too much from it. Like, just going a bit further. Yeah, we may be considered the top dog, but, you know, I don't feel like I am.
Are you satisfied with this year?
Am I satisfied with this year? Yeah. Contact with others, which helps with my social anxiety, I guess. So that's a good factor of this year.
Do I have any regrets this year? Yes I do.
What advice do I give to the next junior? Focus on school, not on video games, and try to minimize talking to your friends.
What I want from my senior year is, I just want to have fun. I want the fun to come in and for the fun to go. It's my final year, so I just want to have fun and leave.
How do I feel so close to graduating? Huge long gap.
I got accepted to get a scholarship that allows me the ability to have get my pilot's license earlier than it should be. This summer I will be having 8 weeks of going to Daytona, Florida to go to the Aeronautics College. I had not necessarily always wanted to be a pilot as much as I just wanted to be in the military. When I had the ability to be a pilot though, I did take it, yes.
Wow, this has been one tiring year.
Yeah, just thinking about it makes me want to nap.
Then we should sign off. Thanks for joining us today. Remember to wash your hands,
wear a mask,
stay safe, and have a great summer.